Hi, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. Let me get my microphone over here so you can actually hear me. That happens way too often, where I forget to move my microphone to the right spot. Okay, before hitting go live. Okay, so here we go. Live chat, good, good. Everything's set up. So basically, we are still working on our art. I know it still looks like it's kind of a mess. But I made a pretty cool doorway here. I feel like it looks pretty good. And then I copied it over there. I did a lot of, I rebuilt the this fourth floor because it got all, the save issue, the save bug, failed it, and got rid of it. Copied this across to that side, copied down there, across to that side. So we have a bunch of stuff that's a little bit more accurate. I didn't get to finish. I didn't get to put the ramp there. But before I do bring that ramp over, I kind of want to finish what's going on here, because I still got to figure out how I'm actually going to make this look good. You know what I mean? It's got to look a little better than it does right now. Right now, it looks like they poured concrete around this rock, which they might have done, but it feels awkward, and it might be because of the material. Like if I did select both of these and change their material to something a little bit more, let's see, concrete. We'll do no. Is that even changing a visual? Nope. Oh, these are regular squares, aren't they? Let's see. This, like the basic cubes. I think I'm going to do UNSC concrete poured rough. There we go. That's what I was considering. If I just make it like a poured rough kind of concrete, it might make more sense that it's fused into that. Obviously, it's not going to be this color, but something like this might be a good look. Let's see. Like if we match the gray more toward the concrete they're using, just make it a little bit more rough looking. I think that looks it already looks better, but we'll probably figure out what we're gonna do with that a little later on. That's our backup for if I don't finish that before the deadline for the Forge Hub contest. So basically, I gotta pick something to do and do it. Let's see. I wish this bug wasn't happening. I wonder if they fixed this by now, actually. Let's see. No, they have not, apparently. Like... Actually, that's... No, it still does have the sand. You can see the sand kind of waving through there. And I don't believe that's a dirt layer. That is just a broken... Pretty sure if you grime at 0, it doesn't, like, go away. It looks like it suddenly went away, but it's not. Oh, is it scratch? Is it the scratch layer that's messed up? Interesting. That seems to have resolved it. That's good. I must not have tried that before. It's very good. Let's see. That didn't seem to have changed anything. Let's see what kind of stuff changes whenever I... What piece am I looking at here? Is it like the edge? Might be like the, might be the very edge of it that I'm currently affecting. No? No, it's not affecting anything. That's weird. Okay. That's very strange. UNSC barrel. Yeah, no, I don't know what it's trying to do. Let's just do this one. And go down to a color that I've used before just to see what it will come out with. UNSC trim. See what that looks like. Yeah, see, it's all affecting the same stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's good. I still don't know what the red area is. Let's see. UNSC barrel. Yo, on break, but coming to check things out. Nice. So I don't know where that color is. But yeah, okay, so that solves that. Does that mean that I could do the same thing over here? Is it the scratch layer? It is. The scratch layer is what's bugged out on these. We just gotta get rid of the weather defects, and then it'll change color to match. Man, that color is all off on the elevator now. It's very off. Okay, so by the way, Ripshade, while you're here, just wanted to show you that in Forge the elevator works fine, and it's just broken in the in custom games, and I don't know why. But the script brain functions, everything's right, but for some reason in custom games it's just not functioning. It's not working. And I think it seems like it's a bug because it's the same thing's happening in my waterworks level. The pump shroud that goes up and down, it doesn't do it right anymore. It's going up. It's just sitting there, and then suddenly it's popping to the top, and then it's dropping. So it's animating to come down, but whenever it goes back up, it just sort of just like, it doesn't do anything. It just sits there, and then just pops up to the top, and then it falls. So, does game modes have to be set too? No, nothing about it is doing anything. It just seems to be that I honestly believe that it is a bug that is affecting Forge right now. Man, these don't especially look that great. Did I put them in the wrong spot, or did I just never... I feel like I should have duplicated this up like I did on the sides, where it's kind of like going up the slope. Obviously not just copy them, but copy them and then drag them down to where they're not, you know, to where they're clipping into each other a little better. But I don't know. I'll have to adjust that. I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, let's see. So I was thinking that we might finally make the security room, but I think I might do it on this side. I was going to do it on the other side last time, but this side's actually attached to this, so we can actually see what it'll look like more toward what it's, you know, normally supposed to look like. Morning, gaming, yes. Let's see. I think we want to utilize this lower area, right, as being like, that's the security scanner. If you come in the door, it's going to scan you for weapons before you're allowed to enter through here, through the security room, into this area. You know? Good afternoon for me, yeah. Those terrariums, right? They look great. This is all just an extrapolation of Ripshade's art. I was like, alright, cool, I'll take what you did, and I'll expand it, and it honestly came out great. I really like it. I feel like this wall feels a little bit plain down here, but I think I could probably like slap some decals and stuff on there to finish it up. And yeah, it's got like I put there are bugs in there, which you can't hear unless you like fly inside of it, because sound is strange. But yeah. Let's see, and I need to copy it across, of course. I've got the framework copied across, and I had some more. Like this part was copied. It was the opening, you know, for the glass, and it had the thing across the top and everything like that. And then the save bug I think hit while I was in the middle of working on that. Apparently, got a radar. I mean what do you call it? Yeah, I guess yeah. This is a radar dish. Yeah. I got a radar dish, and then I've got a satellite dish. So that I realized I was going to do something different over here and just do an antenna, but then I realized that if we do make this, if this is part of a big team battle, then that is cover. And if this side doesn't have the same thing, or something similar enough to be comparable, then it doesn't work. So I was like, alright, I've got to come up with something that will look visually distinct, like they would definitely have these two things next to each other without it being weird. But also make it, you know, basically the exact same shape so that they function the same, or else we have a slight imbalance in the two sides. So I did that, but yeah. And then we've got this top area, like I said, with this fancy door, which I'm also building another one of those fancy doors down here, but I still have to do some adjustments to make the width the same. I think I got the height and everything the same. And Ripshade, I don't know about you, because we never talked about this. I like those upper level doors too. Yeah, I thought they looked really cool. I thought they're working. I like how it's like the square on top of the round. I actually kind of like that. I was a little worried that if I didn't do something more like round again, then it wouldn't work, but then the round stuff would have been like really hard to get to work with this. I'd have to like redesign this and like not have that there or something. So then I went with the square, and I went with you know, the height of a Master Chief, and it seems to have worked out pretty nice. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. This I wasn't so sure about because I redid your alignment of the door, so I do need to, I was going to run this by you and ask you about it. Is that, as you can see, it's now right in the middle of the wall, basically. I mean, I still have to clean up the way this edge looks to where it's got like a nice good metal box there around the corner, basically. Something maybe like that. But like basically I ended up, yours was off center to the side, which was making certain sight lines and stuff like that. I ended up centering it because I had to make it not clip into things, but I can definitely change it back. Something went wrong there. I don't know why that's clipping through. Very weird. Anyway, yeah, that's completely fine. Oh, cool. Good. It looks like I didn't slide this piece over whenever I slid the rest over. So it's supposed to be there. But yeah, okay. It's not part of this, this prefab. There we go. Looks better. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, I did like the way you had it before, because it kind of made it to where there was a bit of cover for people who were like right next to this. And since they only had one way to go, and that was that way, if they wanted to escape being shot at, it was a good setup. But, so I kind of did like it that way. But, yeah, like I said, just to make the door look nice, I ended up centering it, and I can try to change that if we need to. But, yeah, I was also considering, while we're on that subject, I'll throw a little thing here. I had a question for you. This might work. It's just a preliminary throw together, but what if it was... Oh, there we go. For some reason I just could not get that to orient. What if it was like something like this? This would be even more of a change, so you don't have to say yes. Don't feel entitled to say yes. But like, let's see, where is it? Quadruple size? No, that's not what I want. I'll just do... Haha, you're doing what I'm talking about already. Oh, were you talking about this? Because you did talk about some stuff that I wasn't quite... I was kind of confused about. Because you were just describing it at the time, and I was having trouble just following a description of the map instead of sort of envisioning it. So if you were talking about doing this, then basically, yeah, this is something I was considering. This is a really chunky version that I think would have to be thinned out a bit, or something to that effect. But yeah, if you were talking about this before, then this is not just my idea. I'll do it the way you were doing it whenever you were blocking it out, because that does seem to be much faster. Where you just slap another rectangle there, just put it angled and not care about the gaps. But like, yeah, that way it's like you're coming in, and if this is what you were talking about, then we've got it blocked out now. So it's exactly like what you were talking about then. And you could come straight in like that at an angle, but also we could do something where it's like you can sneak attack people from around this. So then you don't only have one player to go, because you could theoretically duck down here for cover, and you could hop up here and get them by surprise. And you could theoretically hop into here. By the way, I like that just because it gives more cover to bottom mid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I was also wondering one more thing. Do you want me to put a door, do you think I should put a door coming up to close this? Or do you think I should put a door coming across to close the hole in the middle? Because then we could, if we did it in the middle, then this would actually be a little hidey hole, like cubby you could hide in. I think there's some kind of invisible object here. Yeah. This could actually be a cubby you could hide in during the 4v4. If we have it come up and close, then it just becomes the block out that you originally had. And so if you like the idea of a weird little cubby there for sneak attacks and hiding, Yeah, I like that just because it gives more cover to bottom mid. I think in the middle. So, yeah. You said, I think in the middle. I'm not quite sure what you mean. But yeah, I like that as a little hiding spot. Yeah, there aren't a lot of those in Halo Infinite, but there were a lot of them in older Halos. There were a lot of little weird nooks and crannies you could just kind of hide in. So, I kind of like the idea of there being at least one. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's just a weird thing. Oh, I put lights. This was Michael's idea on in the comments section on the videos. He always gets in. He didn't get to come to the live sessions, but he does get to, you know, the actual. He watches all the videos afterward. And the idea was create these lights that will pulse across to make the wind, like you see how that's reflecting on the glass. And his idea was that I could. I think he was saying that I could. Or he mentioned it. I don't remember if he mentioned the idea or if it was me, but basically one of us said that what if it changes color once these open? Like, it becomes a red light whenever these are open because, like, you know, it's a warning, hey, you're gonna fall down there. But we don't have to do that if it ends up being too much scripting. But yeah, like, it just adds that one little nice touch. This is what I was telling you about yesterday whenever you asked me, so what you doing today? I was like, well, you're like, what you doing in the map today? I was like, well, it's a lot of little things here and there that I can't really describe or give like screenshots for all that easily, but I can like show them all off back to back tomorrow, and it'll make more sense to do it that way, I think. But because like just having this staircase come over into the staircase over here, correct, is not something that like a single screenshot could have shown off. But like everything's a little. I also adjusted all of this. Like I had fixed all this stuff to be correctly aligned. To, you know, off by one, you know? So it's all off by the same amount now. There might be some areas I missed, but yeah, like this gap. That gap shows that I've missed it, and this is how I'm doing it. If you're ever in the map, by the way, or what if it changes once Invis is grabbed? Oh, yeah. As soon as someone grabs invisibility, it goes to red, like, hey, warning. It's like, hey, warning, there's an invisible character out there, you could die. So this is how I fixed it. If you ever hop into the map, Ripshade, and you're doing anything alignment-wise, and you see these gaps and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, I'll shore this up. I fixed it as I touched it. So like these doors I've had to put in, so I had to fix everything immediately around the door. So you'll know what's fixed and what's not fixed based on what's actually touching what I've done. So like this stuff isn't touching anything I've done, so you have to grab these, well, all of these wall pieces. But basically, if you grab all these wall pieces, and that's a little bit of a cool guitar part, and that, I guess, to rebalance, and then you come over here, and you grab one of these, there's two of these inside of each other, and you drag it over here, and you just snap it to that one, release everything, grab it back, and put it right back over here, and then now you're ready to move some other stuff, and it should all align exactly right. So that's how I aligned it. I shifted it all based on these little tiny cubes here, or these like little floor pieces here, and I'm just slowly moving them a little, like properly, you know, over to alignment as I go. So that's kind of if you're in it and you want to do any alignment while you're in there, that's, yeah. And so you can keep reusing that. I did that with people who've been watching me for a long time. Like Aaron and stuff like that will remember that I usually drop a rectangle column before I do it, and then like I'll duplicate it, put inside of it, and then whatever I want to move, like if I wanted to move that, right, I would drag it over, and then everything else I want to move the exact same amount, I'd grab this one and something else like that, and then I'd drag it over and snap it in there, but I'd always leave one behind. Well, you gotta select the column last, so otherwise the snapping isn't right. And you can just do that. But of course, I do not want to do that. And now we're gonna have trouble because I fucked everything up. Okay, interesting. It undo just decided to break. But fortunately, this is a big piece that just kind of snaps into position. So, no worries. It's also a piece that's gonna end up getting deleted because that piece has to go, and I actually chopped it up into smaller pieces that are in this wall. But like, all of that stuff that I did over there. You know what that means? Actually, this one is covered in sand. Just go to 0 grime. Hey! Or scratches. Look at that. Finally started working. Very cool. I gotta go, but I'll check it out. I'll check out the stream later for sure, buddy. Sounds good. Nice. Cool. Okay, so that means we can change this off of pitch black and find appropriate, like, you know, gray or some other color. Why is it on red? Oh, weird. Gray or whatever other color, and we can find the other colors much better. Discord will do. Let's see. I'm thinking, what if we did some periwinkle on the tech a little bit? I'm gonna check the Discord in about 2 seconds. 0.3. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Okay. Discord. Okay. Me and Green were testing... What? We're testing this not too long ago. What is this? I don't know what's happening with my video. I'm not sure why it's doing this. It's super choppy, but it's got to be my internet. I don't know why it's doing this, but so you're pinging and it's turning on and turning off the lights. That's really cool. That's really awesome. I wonder if you could like make zones and say if your ping is inside of this area. I don't know if you can do that actually. You can do the areas, but the area monitors. But I don't know if you can do like test to see if a ping is inside an area monitor. But if you could, then you could even do like multiple buildings and do it to where if you ping inside of the building you're in, then the lights will turn on or turn off. But if you ping in a different building, then that one's lights will turn on or turn off. So do the exact same thing, but then you could also like expand it out to like multiple buildings if you do it, if you wanted to. But this is really cool. Oh wait, I just realized it's like night vision. It didn't occur to me. You can, I think. Yeah. Man, I wish it wasn't so choppy. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna download it. Save it as downloads. It's smooth here. I don't know if I need to download it, if it'll just go here. Nope, it's not smooth there. Never mind. Okay, well, whoops. Let's move this back over to the other screen so I don't miss anything. And we're gonna watch it in proper smoothness. Where's downloads? Downloads. Windows Media Player. I guess I'll just do the movies and TV or whatever. A media player? New? That's weird. Okay. So now we'll get the proper, appropriate, you know, smoothness of the video. That is super cool. I like that, and it's like an area around you. You do the point. That must be a point light, because it's making like an area effect. Unless you put a cone that just happens to be pointed in that direction exactly, and it's always pointing where you're looking. Oh yeah, that's what it is. It looks like a cone. Because I could very, very subtly see the server catching up where it adjusted the angle of the light there. But it's not too much to be a problem in the slightest. It looks really cool. It actually makes it feel like your gun is turning at a different rate than your head and your body. So I kind of think that's cool. But yeah, no, that looks really awesome, really amazing. And what are you guys gonna put into an infection map? Let's see. Is that the goal? And that already looks much better. Let's see if I can put some, let's see, trim, concrete. What is this? Which section is this? Is this the, oh, this is probably the outer rim. Like there? No? Is it the top? Nope. Single player exploration. No, it's for Modern Warfare inspired scene. Oh, nice. Single player exploration. Nice. Very cool. Let's see. I have no idea what color I am shifting right now. It seems to not be shifting anything. I think that is like if you wanted to make like a Halo Reach map style map, that will be really cool. Like especially in like a campaign like mode. And it would also be really cool if That's why I wish that like you could toggle on and toggle off the outlines. We are trying to set up lights that disappear when you shoot them. Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Which benefits your night vision. That's really awesome. Let's see. I think I need to grab this concrete block and adjust it. I wonder if we're going to be able to, like, limit AI's sight radius. Probably not. But if we could, I think that would be really awesome. You know what I mean? Like, if we could, like, tell it, yeah, well, I mean, yes, but the bots shouldn't be able to see this. You know what I mean? I don't think I should adjust that. I don't know which side that is. It's Y is what I need to be adjusting. It looks like I got to a perfect thing anyway. But yeah. I'm going through the glass or something. Yeah. There we go. That's gonna be really cool though. I look forward to seeing that. It's gonna put like a playability. Honestly, if you did that kind of stuff, my music is really loud to me. Is it really loud to you guys? Oh my god, I just realized it's at max. No wonder. Took me a second to realize it because that's kind of what volume I actually listen to the music at, but I don't know if it's coming out of y'all's speakers the same volume it's coming out of my headphones. Yeah, your music is deafening. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so basically, fucking Chris Nolan film. Yeah. That was kind of insane. I do have a question. What was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you if you are planning, right, if you're planning on using it in your maps to where you can, like your maps that are designed to be like, you know, art scenes, your beauty corner maps. If you're planning on making them, using that kind of thing to just sort of like enhance the game, the environment a little bit, and make like a minor experience, because like a, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It would be kind of cool. I don't know what I'm saying, but basically, yeah, something like that. I'm gonna clean these up a bit because I think there's no reason they can't be correct. Oh, whoops. I see. Gotta do the other. Angle 16. I am very tired today. I've got that, you know, those my kids and stuff like that keeping me up last night, but I still managed to come to the stream today, so, you know, didn't lose out in the end. I didn't copy this over. Whoop, that's not what I want. I want to copy this. Just very tired in the process. In case you can't tell by the way I'm talking, I am very exhausted. Let's see, I believe... Did I copy the wrong one? Yeah, I copied the wrong one. It's gotta be that one, which means I gotta grab it like this, probably. No, I still grabbed the wrong one. I thought I did get the right one time. Okay, it's that one, I guess? No, it still didn't grab it. Jesus. It's being very frustrating. It's this piece. Look, did it grab the right one? Yes, finally. But yeah, let's see. Let's see how this goes. Okay, alright. There we go. Now we have that little thing. That little hole closed up. Okay. So, you're right. I was gonna do the thing in here. What do you think, Aaron? How do you think I should make a scanner? What's a good way to, I guess the energy doors are pretty good. If I did that combined with something else. Let's see. I could also do, not the Halo design set, but accents. If I go into here, or wait, where are the? I think they're in here. Did I go too low now? Now it feels really quiet. In my, I mean, it was pretty loud a second ago, so I probably should just trust that it's going to come back up again. What is it called? decals. Right up here. Should be up here. No. There. Whoops. They're in their own section. That's why I can't find them. Just being dumb. Let's see. Decals in their own section. There could be some really good ones in here. Fucking. Let's see. He said fucking Chris Nolan film. And I'm still reading that. Let's see. Okay, there should be... Well, while we're in here, because I know where it is, let's go to the red... The stripe... Let's see, there's yellow and black. We want to go to red and black. Red, danger. Good. Let's do that one. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I'm gonna do red danger. I'm gonna make a hologram up here that basically says, danger, do not enter this area. It's going to be, you're going to start taking damage. And then we're gonna put some red. Let's see. Red, small white, caution, security. Red, white. Let's see. This is red, white plug, but it doesn't have any red on it. There it is. Red stripes. That's what I was looking for. And I need to stop rotating by 15 degrees. It's way too small. Let's see. You know, it actually might seem even more like a hologram if I make it overlap on purpose so that it causes the other one to sort of disappear. You see how that's doing that? It makes it feel more like a hologram to me to have it doing that. So I feel like there's got to be some way I can make it overlap. Possibly another like line, like a yellow line going across the danger or something like that. Actually, the danger could be red. What if I did yellow stripes? I went out of my way to go find the red stripes, but what if I do this small... This says hazard. I kind of like that. But boy, is it just off center. Where did it go? All the way over there. Did I... Okay, good. It's facing the right direction. Can you see it from this side? No, you can only see it from this side. That's actually kind of cool because that means on the other side I can make it face the opposite direction. So it's always readable. So I could actually like, copy it. Danger, hazard. Just telling you that the door is open and there is a problem. So we'll do this one down here. It's got a middle snap. Yeah, it does. There we go. That's not what I wanted. There we go. And we'll scale this up. And then we'll scale it this way so it stretches out really nice. I think I need to put more than one. Let's see. Let's flip it over. Nope. It's not flipping on object mode. I need to switch this to 45 degrees. Is this how to make them line up properly? No. Why do they not have the lines correct? Like, if the lines are going to stretch whenever you move it, then the lines need to line up correctly, guys. How am I supposed to make a longer line if all of them are wrong? Okay, surely there's another one. I know there's the yellow ones. I could actually... Okay, if these are behind those, it completely makes it blinded. Yeah, that's not what we want. Like, if it's behind it, it's still... You can't see the danger icon at all. So I need to have some that are more transparent. Let's see. Yeah, see, there's a white one. Tiling white caution. See, that looks great. I just wish it was red. Tiling yellow caution. And then tiling yellow stripe. Why is this not snaps to the middle? There we go. That's where I wanted it to snap. There we go. Danger, hazard, and some caution tape at the bottom. That's pretty good. I want some caution tape at the top as well. Gonna copy that and bring it up. There we go. Danger, hazard, and then this is not going to be a soft kill zone here, but as soon as you go out here, you're going to hit that soft kill zone. Right through that little pathway. But you're going to be able to walk right through it, and at your own risk, you know what I mean? Which is going to be pretty cool. Now we're going to duplicate this, and then rotate it, and snap it in here. Over here to similar spot. And then we're going to raise it up, and we're going to go get the Z coordinate over here. So we have the exact same height. Because the door is at the exact same height. And actually, I don't think that we will put it backwards. I think that you shouldn't see it from the other side. I think it'd look cooler if it was some kind of like either augmented reality in the visor that's creating it. So if Master Chief is if the Spartan is outside, it's not dangerous to go inside. It might actually be cool to have a different kind of emblem, something else like a go this way kind of emblem. What's a good one for that? What does that one say? Security, clearance, security, admittance. Yeah, that's not what we're going for. I wish they didn't spawn so far away. It's very frustrating. This almost looks like an arrow that is also pointing you in the direction saying it's sheltered because of the way this little doorway looks. Like little, you know, archway. But unfortunately, the E23 is just sort of a random numerical thing added to it. Caution with arrows. That might be a better one than hazard or danger. Maybe I should put this instead of danger. You know? It also looks cleaner. The danger looks like it was hand painted, where it's like bumpy on the edges. Whereas this one looks like it's, you know, more like projected pixels, but it could just be because I scaled the other one out. Because they are both supposed to look like paint, because that's what they're meant for. But I kind of like the idea of caution more, which means we're going to want to... We can snap it right to the middle of that, and then scale it up, and then find the right... Get the scale we're looking for. I think that looks correct. Now that's a different... Oop, nope, I gotta remove it from the prefab to delete it. Yeah, I like that even more. I like that more than danger. I don't know about you guys. Let's see. I'm gonna create this little floating hologram over here as well. Remove that. Delete it. Caution. Hazard. Because I feel like a Spartan in armor would need to be cautioned about going into space. I mean, he's got a, you know, vacuum-sealed helmet. He or she has a vacuum-sealed helmet. He, she, they has a vacuum-sealed helmet. But I don't know about the, but you know, it's like, so there's no real need to have a danger sign. You just say caution. You don't want to go, you're going into the vacuum of space. But the thing is, the whole map is currently open to the vacuum of space, so, you know. They do actually have, like, the UNSC in, I forget what it's called, in Halo Reach. They have, what is it called? The one on Anchor 9. Oh, it's called Anchor 9. Okay, yeah. The map was called Anchor 9, not just the mission. They have energy barriers that keep out the, that keep in and out the, I think? Or is this the actual map? The actual campaign? They've got these barriers. Let's see. Instead of the lift that shoots you up to the top, what if you have an ivory tower type lift system to the top? Yeah, that could be where we put the crates with the rocks. That would be really cool, actually. Because, yeah, Ripshade and I were talking about wanting to put a... I'll recreate it since it got deleted. But this energy barrier keeps the atmosphere in and the vacuum out. And it's kind of lore breaking because they didn't have energy shields until Mjolnir 5. And Mjolnir 5, well, they didn't have personal energy shields. They never said they didn't have energy shields in general. It's just they might be so weak that they can't actually prevent bullets from getting through. And then the breakthrough was that the Mjolnir armor had personal energy shields. So maybe it took this entire space station to generate an energy shield just enough to keep the atmosphere in, and, you know, it would have just broken if, you know, if a bullet went past. Or it couldn't even stop a bullet because you shoot at it, I believe bullets don't stop on it. I think that they keep going. I want to say whenever you snipe through this, it kills people. Anyway, the point is that what I'm saying is that canonically I could easily put energy barriers, covenant, you know, if I wanted to. The problem is that I think they stop bullets in this. Let's see. It's in FX, not in accents. Let's see, energy, Forerunner energy barrier, basically. I wish they had like a human energy barrier and a Covenant energy barrier, to be honest. It would be cool to have differentiations. But I'll just go with what I have. Let's see. Let's figure out, okay. So if that was there, we could theoretically try, what I'm trying to say is that we could basically, actually, theoretically try to make it look like, whoop, not there, in the middle. Like basically the space station is, yes, it's open to vacuum, but it's not. But then the thing is that, yeah, never mind. I was gonna say that, but then I just realized that I can't make this not happen inside of the rooms and then only happen on the outside. So I don't know. It's hard to say if it's if I should do anything like that. But these kinds of energy barriers are a canonical thing that they invented in Halo Reach that humans have now. Play Master Chief? Yeah, you can go turn it on. Do you want me to turn on the TV for you? Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go run and turn on the TV for him. Why is... Oh, that's weird. I am talking... Has that been happening this entire time? I just looked up at the screen and noticed that... It's not... Oh, it's not live. Never mind. I see what's going on. I'm just really behind. Never mind, nothing is going wrong, I just was behind on my live thing. You can't, yeah, you can make the sound of space transition into not space. Can you do that? I wasn't sure. I know you can do, because the way I've got it right now set up is just that it's set as the sound, what do you call it? The ambient sound is set to space. I mean, can you do it? Oh. No. Oh, yeah. Can you make the sound of space transition into not space? I see that. I get it now. Unfortunately, you can't. It's an audio effect here. It affects everything. And some scripting is promising for something they may add in the future. But it's probably not going to be a thing. I'm not sure. But I think that we should do this, actually. I think it looks cool. And as long as we have the budget for effects by the end of it, where it won't like cause the effects to stop spawning or something, I kind of like this. I do think that we need to make it, I mean, it already is the same color blue as Anchor 9's. The only difference between the UNSC one and the Forerunner one is that the Forerunner one looks like rippling water like this. Like it's a almost like a Stargate style of rippling effect. Whereas the one in you know, Anchor 9 has like a grid in it, like it's being shot by laser pointer lines, whereas this is more like a ray projection of some kind. It's kind of weird. Maybe make part of the map damaged, so space without the building makes sense. Yeah. I was just thinking, let's see, is this stopping it or is it hitting the wall behind it? I think this is just letting it through, right? What I was just thinking about doing was basically making it to where, was that all the doors are open, so the vacuum of space is getting into here anyway. So it's like they basically, the Spartans who all have, you know, Mjolnir armor, are just like, hey, we're doing we're running a drill. Everyone get behind the closed doors. We're opening to the vacuum of space. They pull all the air out. They open all the doors to the vacuum of space. Run a combat drill throughout the entire map. Because they know that walls might be breached in the future, so they need to fight like it's the vacuum of space. If someone attacks the space station, you know, they could lose vacuum at any point. And then so they're gonna practice for that eventuality. You wanna play Master Chief? I heard you. Okay, I'll be right back. Like I said, I'm just gonna go get him set up. Well, all I have to do is turn on the TV. He can set up the Xbox himself. So, I'll be right back. Just like 2 seconds. And I am back. Okay. So yeah. So at least there will be something to see from this side, and it'll be that barrier. So I kind of like that. I think that's cool. I think visually it makes sense. I think that they would probably keep this up just in case they need to rapidly add pressure. You know, like if a Spartan suit gets like if one of the Spartans takes damage to their suit that causes vacuum to break. Well, actually, technically biofoam will fill that. But anyway, you know, basically if there's some kind of emergency where they need to rapidly apply, you know, some kind of atmospheric pressure, they could just, you know, close some doors and these are already up and ready to go. But the point is, yeah. The question that I have is, does it actually deal damage through this? Because I know they don't in the past. Yeah, the bullets go through. Cool. Awesome. Okay, that's how I want it. So, yeah. So if I'm going to use them up there, I can use them down here as well, but I really was thinking that a light with a cool effect would be better, because, like, I could put this down here and be like, yeah, this is a scanner, versus the other ones, which are, like, doorways, you know? I could do something like that, but I feel like it would be cooler. Let's see, if I do like a light cone. Let's see which one's better, and if I could just do both, maybe. Let's see. Let's go with something that looks like it would be a projector and not just a light bulb, because, like, obviously the ones that just look like fluorescent lights just look like fluorescent lights. These could theoretically be projector style things. This could theoretically scan you. I think, actually, what if I put it on the floor? What if I put a big one on the floor like that? It's where you have to walk over it. I like this one a lot, but basically something that won't mess up the block out. That does create a big old bump, so I'm thinking not this one. We'll do the large flat one and see what that looks like. Nick, what if there's a light on the floor, which will create an upward shading effect, which would be really cool anyway, and unique. We could phase it into the wall because it's currently not set to phased, set to normal. But if we phase it into the wall and snap it to there, and then like duplicate it, obviously I'll realign these better. But basically we can make one that is actually, you know, I like this direction more personally because it gives the idea that you're walking across those lines. Or we could put it on the slope. That might be cool. Let's not grab three things. What would happen if we put this here? I think this is not a 15 degree, it's I think it's that right there. So like roughly like this. Where to pass through here, you have to walk across this scanner. It's not necessarily going to be exactly like this. I'd figure out more specifics. But basically we could do that, and we could make a really cool effect here. That might be actually okay, I'll just snap it to there for now while I'm getting the angle and everything. let's see, and actually like this. So suppose we actually create like an angled scanner look to this. Have actual lights in there, so we can create a light cone coming out of them. What music is this? Some other random thing. You're a Midgard human and you believe in Norse gods is the name of this YouTube video. Very interesting. Cool. Don't want to get copyright struck though. So that was, I need to remember that this music, every single time after I realized a different song turned on, I'm like, oh, yeah, that was that last song in my playlist, wasn't it? And for some reason, looping was gone. I think it's because Chrome had an update, so it refreshed all of my tabs and lost that thing. But yeah. Okay. So, but yes, damage space would be cool. I think that maybe this should come straight up and not an angle like I was putting it. Because I think, first off, the door frame, it doesn't work with this. But I think that if the floor was angled and these lights were straight up, it would feel pretty cool, I think, as far as like, here, I'll explain after I get it set up. Okay, that's not right. Okay. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to grab this one and turn it around. Ooh, I'm going by 5 degrees. Let's just reset rotation and go by 45 degrees. Oh, it's now laying down. Okay, well that's the correct angle, so there. And then snap that there. So they're slightly inset. You see what I mean? They're not quite on the edge because it's hitting the door frame. I could have just made adjustments and make it work. But anyway, the point is that what I'd do is raise this up, and now it's like these angled floor panels are shooting projections straight up. It actually kind of looks like more dynamic, I think, a little bit cooler that way. And then, like I said, I would probably actually flip this back around and line it up with there, because I do kind of like it more whenever it's lining up directly with the edge of it. But yeah, so basically you'd walk through these double scan lines, and it would be like a security scanner. It actually kind of reminds me of Mass Effect, because there's a part in Mass Effect where you're going onto there's a space station or a planet or something like that, I forget which, that has extreme security where you can't bring your weapons, and the entire planet is just diplomatic like conversation, and it was really cool. I liked it a lot, but it was it's just great that this actually happens to fit perfectly with the floor. I mean, it doesn't actually, because it has this little bump, but I can fix that by adjustment, just little micro adjustments. But I'm like, this is basically what I was trying to say whenever I was talking about having security scanner is something to this effect. And then I can put this here as like the door we had up there, and I can put the word security across this as a hologram, like up there, so we can actually kind of start to unify the map's visuals using these decal holograms. Unity has a security section, I believe, right? It's probably under S for security. There it is. Security. Clearance, security, admittance. So basically, a little hologram here saying, and I actually was thinking that I was going to lower it down, but I kind of like that you have to look up at the sign to see it, because it's like trying to broadcast it to the room. This is a security room, do not go in here. You know what I mean? It's like it's higher than people's head, like it's even higher than a Spartan's head, so it would make it to where people over there would still be able to see it even if someone's standing in front of it. So I think that's actually pretty cool. And if there's if we need to add some things that float around it so it feels more like a like basically like if we did a hold on, I'm gonna grab this one. Let me just break this prefab, and if we put actually it would be a yellow line. I would think that this would be a yellow one, because it's a less severe warning, you know what I mean? Why is it not snapping to the middle? Okay, let's see if we can snap to at least the bottom. Nope, it's refusing to snap to anything. Probably because it's so scaled up. Probably that scale problem. No? It's still not... How far away am I? No, I'm right on it. I don't know why it's doing that. It's refusing to snap to anything that I want it to. Maybe because it's... Nope. No clue. Anyway, we can get that into the right spot at some point. But the point is that... Oh, you know what I'll do? I know what I'll do. I'll copy another... I'll copy this and this at the same time. And maybe that. Just to see what it looked like with all of this. Am I at the right rotation? I am. Cool. Okay. Surely one of these will work to snap to the middle. I was expecting that if I grabbed something else, it would work, but apparently I was wrong. No. Weird. Okay, well, I'll figure that out later. The point is that if I put something here, like a triangle, for example, would give the impression of, you know, saying, hey, you know, this way to security, for example. Let's see. But there are other options. Small red danger, white caution. Actually, white caution could be a good one. If I did a white caution, then it would... Oop, that's not what I want to do. I accidentally, wait, hold on. There we go. I accidentally, I went to turn off the thing. Okay. Now it's kind of hard to read, so the room in there... It's a security room, by the way, so I feel like we should make it really dark. We should put a weapon rack here that's like... Not the field test weapon. This isn't what you're using for your little, you know, combat test that you're doing right now. This is going to be security's weapon rack. Actually, right here I was thinking a staircase, actually. Staircase coming back here that's going to connect into the area that leads up into this. So we could have a staircase leading into the barracks that this little block is representing. Up into the barracks area, as well as a small another staircase over here, a security room staircase that leads up to the same area so that they could, you know, quickly deploy security guards up there if they need to, but more importantly, so that security would have its own means of, you know, accessing different areas of the base. Because, you know, you don't want them to be without an ability to do that. So in other words, we're going to put the weapon rack in this wall here, which is actually very thin, so we could just barely fit a nice little weapon rack with a gate in front of it that makes it a bit, you know, difficult to get through, or impossible. Maybe even make it poke out a little bit, because I don't think that would mess up Ripshade's block out too much, to have just a very slight protrusion here. This room is very bare because of the requirements of rounded walls, I'm sure is why he did it so bare and simple. A lot of the other, you know, like these rooms he put things into, and he put more intricate, you know, geometry into some areas, like these lips up here and like all sorts of stuff like that. But then the security rooms he left kind of bare, and I think it was because the round walls are very unique, so they were already a cool little like, well, he did do the floor cool in a cool way, but the walls, I mean, are all very simple. And it's because, I think, because curved walls are very hard to deal with in Forge right now. If not, will be forever. If they won't be forever, then they are right now, so. The one downside is that this might, I don't know, I'll have to run this by Ripshade, but this might mean call for me to put a wall there. If not, then I can put another energy barrier. Let's see. If I go to energy barrier and go down to like something like, what's 8x2? How wide is that? That could work theoretically. If I put an energy barrier here that is the appropriate size into the wall a bit, so that the rest of it isn't a problem, you know, and then I basically just go, yeah, now you can see that if I turn it into essentially an energy cube, is what I'm saying. If I can basically create an energy cube here by clipping it into the wall, then we won't need to affect sight lines. We could just do that. So, yeah. That might be what we do. This room is going to go into another room, a physical room. I mean, what do you call it? A room that's not in vacuum. This is in vacuum, so we're going to have to make that... this other doorway can be just fine going into a regular room. In fact, it might even be fine not even being a door, but just an archway. That is not a vacuum seal. But yeah, okay. I'm just rambling at this point as I you know, ruminate about concepts. Okay, let's go to fences. I think it's in fences. Yeah, fences. Chain link. Okay, they would have a door so they can get access to the weapons. So we need to have the chain link with a door. That is not a bad place to snap it to. And then we can do the fence that's an angle. And very easily snap to there. And make it go into the wall there. It's the curved wall, so I can't really do much up to that. Did I just accidentally throw a grenade? I think I'm going to have to scale all this down just a bit, just so that it doesn't quite touch that wall. So this is going to be... basically it's going to be security, and also, not just security, but also the what do you call it? Ordnance. Storage. Object. What am I looking at here? This one. This is what I want. Okay, okay. We're going to go to that. So it's an actual snaps adjustment. And make sure... yeah, definitely threw a grenade. Okay, so then this one will go down to there. 13.7. 13.7. Actually, I just realized I don't want to just do that because it's also the depth that way. Okay. Actually, yeah, I can adjust depth. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is... okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go 13.7 like that to snap it to there. Exactly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down this direction until it touches the wall. And I'm going to do the same thing over here with the same kind of effect. There we go. Okay, now what's that thickness? Is 4 as opposed to 5.6, so a reduction of 1.4? 1.6. 1.6. So, never mind. I can't really use that to judge because these are different thicknesses. Okay. So this needs to be probably 0.62. That's almost exactly right. It might be 0.615. I don't know if it's even going to let me go that fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, cool. So now we have our little security gate here. That only protrudes a little bit. And then, hey. And then we're going to put our gate here, which we need to scale down. And that needs to get down to like there-ish. Why does it not have proper magnet points? Really? Interesting. So you put the magnet points on the gate on the 4 corners, which is very helpful, I'm sure. And then you put on the inside of the gate, you put it in the middle. Interesting. Interesting choice. Not especially enthused about it, but interesting choice. Okay, and then we need to make it taller because you don't want security to have a security breach. And that should be good, and then we will drag it in manually. And then we're going to put, if there's an ordnance sign, I'm going to put it across there. It might be that they have an ordnance logo, which I can use. I like that the hinge appears to be hidden. Like, this does not let you see how to get in. You know what I mean? It's definitely a security gate. Needs to go a little bit taller, though. No, it doesn't. That is actually at the edge of the frame. Interesting. Cool. Okay. So if we go to effects again, or not effects, decals, and we find, let's see, building signage, armory. It's the armory, not ordnance. That's the word. So this would be, let's see, arrival, barracks, command center, common, communications, departure, engineering, entrance sign. Interesting. Exits. That's an exit sign? Cool. Must be some kind of universal emblem that some people use. Launch site, max storage, power generator, storage, supply depot. Interesting. Okay, well, I think that I might use the max storage logo because they don't have an ordnance, and this is the closest thing to an ordnance emblem, I would say. So I need to scale it down. And put it somewhere with the sign for ooh, what's that say? Max storage. Oof. It actually says max storage on it. I might be able to hide the text inside of the frame by putting in this little cavity here. Come on. Switch me to mouse and keyboard, please. By very delicately bringing it closer. Yeah, look at that. Nice. I do need to scale it more, but let's see. I think it's, what is it? Control for scale mode is Control R. That way I don't have to leave. There we go. There we go. That fits. And then Control W is move. I can center this, or put it between those two lines, maybe. Nope, that doesn't look as cool. I like this area, but I don't think I'm going to use it for the words. Like if I put this over here, it feels like it's going to be out of place. But if I put it near the keypad, it feels more appropriate to have the just emblem, you know, signage right next to the keypad. And then have the text over here. So let's see. Letters, numbers, symbols, numbers. So I'm sure they have a, do they have an ordnance word? That would be cool. Let's see. Or a, let's see. No, I don't think they do. I think I passed up O really quickly. Yeah, element O, there isn't even an O. So, what would be left to do would be to find, I can say, unauthorized presence. Oh, what is that? Unauthorized presence constitutes a breach of security. A break of security. A break of security. Didn't they say breach? Am I wrong? Okay. So, if I do this again, I can once again, yeah, I can clip it into the wall, get rid of that 03, so that they don't both say 03, because that's kind of annoying. Unless it's a security level 3, actually, that could be good. Never mind. So we'll line up the top with that notch, the bottom with that notch, and the slope goes there very nicely. If that is saying security level 3, then that works. I don't know. We'll see. I could also put a caution tape, because I do think, what is this? Warning list? General, okay. I don't know what that's supposed to say. We're going to do this one, actually, right here next to the ordnance emblem. Okay, or the Mac storage emblem. Let's go in here, do the mouse and keyboard, scale it down, move it back into position. I have no idea if this is what the signage would look like in a real military installation, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm just doing my best. Let's see. I actually do think it works over here pretty well now that I've got another image here, but I think that they need to be closer to the same height. Like that. I'm trying to figure out where I would put that. Probably just right there. Stop ordnance. Authorized presence constitutes a break of unauthorized presence. Yeah. Constitutes a break in security. Okay, so we can do a solid metal plate on the roof, I would say, with some kind of security scanners or camera. I think a security camera would definitely make sense here, or up here somewhere. But for now, I think I'm going to make the wall also have like a, go a little bit thinner. Go a little bit thinner on the concrete, probably, possibly, so that there's enough room to walk in there. Because right now, let's see, if I were to get over here, yeah, you could get in here and get to go this direction. So I could still put like a weapon rack or crates over here, and then sort of stacked up in front of each other, and then an actual rack right there would probably work pretty nicely. But I do want to make it a little bit, like go a little bit deeper, you know? So that's what I'll do. So this is kind of becoming the layout of the security room. Right here we wanted computer terminals that we could use to say, okay, you flip a switch and all the doors open in the base, in the buildings, you know? So we're going to do that, or certain doors open or lock or whatever. Okay. I think it was I think it's in exits actually. And it's, what is it? Workstations, I think? Workstations. Yes. Hollow tables are really cool, and I would love to have one in the map somewhere, but I don't know if they're going to... So these feel really primitive, and like they're engineering things, like something that you're going to be able to open up the panel, alter the way that the computer works so that it, for example, I used it near the Forerunner structure, device, so I could say, yeah, they're hot wiring this into the Forerunner device. How they figure that out, how they make it work, is based on, a lot of hard work involving that. But this is a security room where you want it all to be, you don't want it to be something that's, adjustable. You're looking for, something more secure. You want it to be secure if it's going to be inside the security room. So I'm thinking that we're going to use these computers, because these workstations here, they feel a little bit more to me like they would be more, I don't know, correct to use. You know what I mean? They feel manufactured. Although we need to make it cool, so maybe we do need to use at least one of these other workstations. Like if one of these is over here, realistically, you would see... Let's see if there's a workstation that's just one computer wide. Dang. I want one of these that's just one computer wide instead of two, like this. Realistically, which we're not necessarily having to go realistically, but realistically, you'd probably have a security desk like this that puts something between the security officer and the individual being scanned. So, but in theory, maybe these can be hardened to lock the person down in the middle of the scan, so you would maybe need that. But it would be great if I could do that, but unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that and still keep the flow of the map. You know what I mean? If there's a flag here, then having something protruding here would be a little weird. I just accidentally threw another grenade. But I will say that this thing is really nice. And I'm going to definitely go like this, I believe. No, that angle right there. Put a workstation partition between these two. Like this. Except obviously not poking through the wall. And workstation partitions would be great to use as well in this regard, because I can slap a computer terminal on them. Like, I'm going to do that a little better whenever, with scaling and stuff. I'm just trying things out right quick. It's in Destructibles. We can put... Okay, we can have it. What does this keypad look like? Oof, come on. Rotate by 45 degrees so we can see it faster. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah. Rotate by 5 degrees again. Go. Whoop. Back to our angle we wanted it at. And we can try and create a sort of effect. Like I said, gonna have to rescale it so it won't look like this anyway. But not exactly. But basically, we can put little computer components on top of these. Come back to 5 degrees. Let's figure out some good ones. That is a cool one for... One says access open. That one will be nice if we want to... If we do the doors thing. Yeah. You put one of these, then whenever you press the button, you delete it and put the other one in its place. And maybe we don't want it to be a destructible version. I think they... Do they have a Destructibles Indestructible version? Because, yeah, we probably don't want it to be 100% destructible. But, yeah. Something over here that would say... That would, like, give you the idea that they can... Why is it... This thing does not have any snapping points. Interesting. Ah. Just threw myself all over the place. Something that would give a readout for what's going on there. Actually, we could create... Instead of doing something that wide, we could actually create our little standing position so that it's not... We can build it ourselves, basically. Where we don't need this... Oof, there's that grenade I threw. Okay. So basically, if we don't have this, and instead use one of these, and we... Let's just reset rotation, because apparently that'll bring me to the exact right spot. And we snap that there, and we scale it this way. Right? Oh, come on, not that button. I meant to press down that button. Okay, there we go. And then we snap it back into that position, right? We could even theoretically rotate it by like 10 degrees and snap it back into that position again. And that feels like it's not just like you wouldn't have to crouch up against the wall, you'd actually be able to stand like this, you know what I mean? And I feel like that feels a little bit better. And then we can put these computer terminals up here and very simply create our own, you know, our own spot, which is not wanting to work right now because it's set to fixed. I need to be phased. Basically, we could do something to this effect where we can actually create our own without it having to be entirely system complex range targets. Very generic stuff. Cool. It's basically they made a digital version of the generic sci-fi dials and stuff like that would be on top of on things. Okay, turn that off so I can turn it around, please. But like we could put this somewhere. Let's see which one we're gonna do. Whoops. Not enough room to place it. That's what I thought. Here's the really big monitor. Now this is the one I would probably actually put on the wall next to it, or even like this. Like you have, you know, you're in a security room. You want to be able to have everybody can look up and see what that guy's got on him. It'll tell you, oh yeah, he's got a gun in his pocket. You know what I mean? Like you got to be able to got to be able to see it for everyone in the security room. And probably more like that for, or actually even bring it over here, be above where they are. And then you can do, what's this? That's a ductwork. Here's an electrical box, which would be cool to have in here. Basically, we can just decorate the walls with some really interesting gizmos. I have these somewhere else on the map to sort of represent, basically they're supposed to represent part of the hydroponics, you know? But I think I could probably get away with putting 2 of them in the map that do different, that are supposed to represent different things. And if this one represents the gizmo for the energy shield barrier, then I could even theoretically delete these energy shields when that thing takes damage, when that thing breaks, you know, and takes damage, which would just be a cool little visual flair. Wouldn't necessarily have to be a thing we do, but it would be cool if we can do it, if we did it. And then this, I'm going to actually go 5 degrees, or sorry, 10 degrees, because it was 10 degrees off. And I'm going to, let's bring it back in to something really thin, and snap it there. And then, oop, that's, what? Is this one set to something? No, static phase. This one is set to phased. Okay, we'll bring it out then, just so I can get it to snap properly. There we go. Now we've got our angled terminal. It's got a little bit of texture wonkiness going on right there, but if we use this for our, you know, computer panel, thusly, then we can put this one here and hide the texture wonkiness. I actually feel like this one should be flat because the other one's angled, so it just feels more interesting to make this one a little bit flat. And it can just be right in front of the texture stuff so that you're not looking at it. You don't notice the texture because the little issue where they're clipping, because you're looking at these computer terminals instead. Or, on the other hand, we could bring this up here and even bring it down, and then put something like this. Object world. Let's go to 45 degrees. Let's just reset the rotation, just so that we know we're at the right angle. And we could put this here and tilt it and put it directly on there to hide the textures, the texture wonkiness. Actually, I would want to center it in the middle of the texture, so maybe we just get rid of the scratches. Security doesn't get scratches. You know what I mean? Maybe security has no dirt. They're the most, you know. Oh man, something is. Literally anything, so I can get in here. If you get to that point where you can't move, you just go in, and then, yeah, if you're switching back and forth from mouse and keyboard, you might see that's happen. Okay, yeah, now that little bit is not a big deal, because it doesn't have the scratches on the edge. Creates a nice little terminal here, and a little, it actually creates some cover for the door, which is important because you've got the, you know, the flag here. We probably want to put something there that will not block bullets, but somehow block the flag, which I don't think there's a thing that does that. But yeah, this is also just, you know, some things might need to be adjusted. It's sort of my lockout of the terminal, not an actual finished terminal. So if anything is bad on here, it might be fixed. It might look better soon. But basically, yeah, something like this looks cool to me. And actually, you know what else? Let's do something one more better. Let's put some glass. There's lots of lights in here. These effects are going to reflect off of this thing, so that'll work perfectly. Go down here to 5 degrees. There we go. Scale it down really small. And snap it here for some security glass. This might work, but I think we're going to bring it into the middle of it, you know? And basically, You want something that's bulletproof. And this glass is indestructible because it's a glass object in Halo Infinite, so it is indestructible. So basically, this of course creates, kind of messes with the blockout. So again, I'm going to have to run this by Ripshade. What he thinks about this. If it's too much, then I will just delete it. But basically, something like this would be something you could hide behind. You can't really shoot over it, so maybe it would be cooler to not have the glass, the security glass. But I feel like they would want something that would keep someone from breaking their security computer, terminals, before they're able to respond to an intruder. You know what I mean? I feel like that would be a thing. But yeah, so these are not on the ground. So actually, yeah, I want it to snap there, not up there. Which actually makes them not look too bad. I mean, yes, they still need to be scaled, but I kind of like that they go up over the edge of it. Kind of makes it feel like they're integrated into the building, you know? Yeah. So one of these would be wider, and it would have the switch on it. And whenever you activate the switch during the Big Team Battle version, it would say access closed until you press the switch, and then it would open. But the switch should only be available as something you could do whenever to open things like this doorway. But yeah, this is sort of what I'm looking at for the security room. And then a doorway here. So actually, let me just copy this for now. Just sort of, treat it like a blockout. Where I'm putting another doorway over here. Why is it refusing to collide with certain objects? Very strange. Anyway. I need this to be thinner. And then I need to block it off because Ripshade has been trying to test the map against bots whenever he makes adjustments. And I keep on doing stuff like this where I open up a doorway into the outside area, and he's still trying to test the inside area and play it with people. And whenever he does, it's kind of like, oh, well, now I can't test it because you've gone and made the bots to where they can wander off into nowhere. And it's like, that's not desirable. So we're going to do this, and I'm just going to recess it into the doorway, thusly, so that he can actually run a map on here. It will kind of give a little bit of an angle here for you to hide in, I guess, for now. But actually, I'll just place a door. I'll just get a door object, an actual door object. That should work. And we're going to go down to, let's see, structures, doors. I'm so glad that I can, that I know how to get rid of the, it's a heavy door. That would kind of imply a security door. This one's a Spartan door, which is even more secure looking in my opinion. So we're going to go to 0, 0, and now we're back to an appropriate doorway. And we can scale it up. Oh, cool. Wait, why is it doing that? That is actually weird. I'm not so certain I like that. You can't scale it vertically, and if you scale it left to right, it does this. I wonder if at one point they were going to make it to where it could animate. And so they put these different segments, and they're going to make it to where you could walk through the middle on this one. It certainly doesn't let me scale vertically. I'm sure its scale is actually changing in here. Let's see. Yeah, the Z... Wait, that's position. Yeah, Z's getting huge. It was at 71, and now it's at 89, because it's trying to scale vertically, but it's just not. Spartan door frame. Which one are we going to go with? Ooh. Vehicle door looks nice and secure as well. And then I'm going to go up here. Place this down. This is just so that it's, he can actually test on this map. Oh, this is doing the same thing, but fortunately it's not... That stripe in the middle isn't as bad on this one because it doesn't... Can this one not go... Oh, weird. You've got to scale it... It won't let you scale that way. Ugh. That's so frustrating. Gosh, I feel like they were planning to animate this. Like, it even has, like, this thing, like it would slide there. I don't know. Maybe it's in a preliminary beta state, and they're planning on updating those doors to have like a much cooler design. But I guess we're going with this one because it's scalable and usable right now. We can just scale it upward and then scale it to the left and right and make a security door looking panel. Downside is whatever we put there has to be... I'll have to probably just make it a shorter door and make it work with those other ones, because it's got to be something that whenever I want to script it to open and make it to where it's a pathway up to the barracks later, you know, it would make sense, you know. So this is what we're looking at so far for the security room as a basic block out of it. It creates one little piece of cover here to defend your flag with. Like if you see you see on your motion tracker that like multiple people are coming through there, maybe they took out your shields already and you're like, oh shoot, and so you get down. But it's still able to be shot from up there, so it's not a perfect cover, and I feel like that works, that's perfect. Ooh, getting up onto this is probably not a good idea. I could actually, this is just a little extra, so maybe I shouldn't be wasting my time with this, but suppose we did this. Suppose we snapped to the middle like this, brought it down, made it to where this is where the monitor is hanging from, and obviously we'll add something there to make it look like it's actually hanging from there. But basically, or maybe more like this, something that that won't affect the block out. I don't want to affect the block out too much with this. I just want it to make sense with this monitor and make it something that you can't really jump up onto. Yeah, you can still clamber onto that. Probably don't want that. Gotta bring it up a little bit. Maybe in that case we're gonna bring it back, because what I'm thinking is if we bring it back and up, then it can be there above the actual scanner, and we can find a good spot for it where you can't just clamber up onto it, or it could just be a skill jump spot where you can use it. Yeah, no, that won't work. Let's see if you can get on this one. Okay, so you could get on one and then on the other one. I could theoretically just put a sloped piece right there going up into the wall, or sloped this way. But basically what I was trying to do is create like a visual divider there that isn't affecting the block out, because you can still, I mean, like, you're not going to throw grenades up there to go there. You could just throw them there. You don't have to look up all that high, because then you won't see, you'll see the door anyway, so it would be a mistake to do that. But basically having like a little visual sort of divider there that you will feel like it's another room now. What? What do you mean not enough space? There's nothing there to run into. Anyway, not literally that, but something like that. Ooh, I'm inside the wall. There we go. Not literally like that, like I said, because that's not even touching the wall there. It's weird and stuff like that, but something to this effect, where it's creating a visual distinction between that section of the room versus this section of the room, and you know, all that stuff. So I'm liking that. I'm liking this so far, and we've got a lot of work done today, but I gotta get going. So it is time to sign out. Let's see. Yeah. So, but yeah, damage in the base maybe might be something we want to look into, because a lot of like damaged panels on the wall is something that we can easily do, because they gave us damaged panels. But yeah, I feel like yeah, that might work. But anyway, yeah, just looking back at chat and seeing you know, regrets message again. But yeah, that does sound like it might be cool though. But anyway, I will catch you guys later.